Hey guys, what is up? It's 4:25 a.m. Saturday morning, November 5th. Time is a man-made construct. Yeah! Let's hear it for time. So, um, it's been a while since I've made a personal video. A lot of stuff, a lot of good stuff, a lot of growth. That's an understatement. As it probably is for anybody that says they've had a lot of personal growth. Yeah, I want to talk today about some of the changes that have happened recently in my life because they're cool and they're important to me because they've been really helpful and really beneficial and really good for me in my journey of growth and self-improvement. So let's get into it. Namaste. I just watched a video. I discovered Kate Flowers on YouTube tonight, and I just watched a couple of her videos. One in particular, titled Drug Addict to Raw Vegan. And it was very inspiring for me, mainly because I felt it really deeply in my heart. We have a lot of things in common, and that video definitely hit home for me. And so I wanted to talk about that because that honestly just inspired me to make a personal video. I guess it just made me feel like I was ready after that to do a little bit of talking on my own and like come out of hiding, because that's kind of what I've been doing for a little while. Just like cocoon, caterpillar in my cocoon, building myself, knowing I have a lot of self-growth that I need to do, want to do, feel ready to do, and so because of that, I've pretty much just been hibernating, which I have found there's nothing wrong with that, which is cool. From watching Matt Kahn, another soul that has inspired my journey lately, that depression is actually really healthy, incubation is extremely important, and that's what I've been doing for a while now. And I now, with that positive spin on things that are usually seen as pretty negative, I am able to, the glare on these is crazy, take what has been going on with me, and since I am able to view it in a more positive light, I am definitely more able to see the growth and understand and appreciate the growth that comes out of it. So, Kate's video touched on a lot of things that hit home to me. I said that already. Today, for me, is day 4 of raw veganism. Yeah, it's not the first time I've been vegan. It was the first time I've been raw vegan for 4 days, which is just the beginning. I'm just starting out this journey, and it's beautiful. Before I started the last 4 days of raw veganism, I did a fast for 9 days, breaking fast in between every 2 or 3 days in that 9-day period. So I broke fast 3 times, about 3 times. For me, personally, on both a spiritual level and a physical level, fasting for 9 days was what I needed. I feel kind of weird talking about it on YouTube because I know, as somebody that has struggled extensively in the past with eating disorders, fasting is one of those things that, not to be confused with unhealthy or self-harmful disordered eating habits. So I want to talk about my fasting experience, and I honestly was not sure that I was ready right now. I feel like it might be kind of too soon because it is still super early on, even in that journey. Fasting is something I've dabbled in for a number of years. But again, the rough thing about it is how easily it can get confused and mixed up with disordered eating habits. So I want to make sure that I do this video wisely and in a safe and helpful manner, and not have it be detrimental to anyone that sees it or any of my viewers or even myself, to be honest. So that said, I guess I'll get right into it. Addiction is real. Food addiction is very real. I have struggled with addiction of all forms from a very young age. That's obviously something that, whether you believe it or not, I believe my soul chose to experience in this body, in this incarnation, to make me stronger, to teach me things that I needed to know. And yeah, food as a tool, as a coping mechanism, as a coping skill, as a way to avoid feeling, as a way to numb out, has been a huge thing for me since as long as I can remember. Since as long as I can remember coming into this body in basically the past 27 years, it's been a hurdle for me, and a very good hurdle because it's taught me a lot and made me grow a lot. So I'm absolutely 100% thankful for it. Wouldn't have asked for anything else. In the last year or so, I definitely fell into some very unhealthy habits in terms of taking care of my physical body. And I stopped caring. And I viewed the not caring as trying to be relaxed. And again, I think me talking about this issue, I don't see a problem with it because everything I went through has led me to where I am. So, overconsumption of food as a way of dealing with feelings, or better put, as a way of not having to deal with feelings. Yeah, it's really all there is to say about that. I know people get it because I know it's a very common thing. That's an understatement. I did a lot of research about fasting before I started, to make sure that I was doing it smartly, and that I was doing it out of self-love and not out of self-harm. So I made sure to get information from various different sources, not just one or two, and I made sure to sleep on it a number of nights instead of just going cold turkey straight into it. I have done that in the past and didn't work out the way that I wanted. I didn't get the results spiritually that I wanted, as well as physically, emotionally, healthfully, everything. So I read some really, really great stuff about fasting, and I've known for a while the obvious spiritual uses for fasting, right? I can only speak for myself. I know in the past, when I would fast when I was younger, teenage years, that I would feel more spiritually connected. That I could connect on a deeper level, on a higher level, on a deeper level. So I knew those benefits. Cleansing detoxifying, purifying, all that stuff. So wouldn't it be nice if we could, speak without using words? Wouldn't it be nice? Wouldn't it be nice? No, no, no. Not to take life too seriously. I realized I started getting a little bit intense. I gotta remember to lighten up. So, weight is weird. Weight loss is weird because everybody's got different stuff that works differently, and that's healthy and not so healthy for their particular body. So, I just want to talk about my personal experience, right, with weight and weight loss. I was at a very unhealthy weight. I have been at a very unhealthy weight for a long time now. Unhealthy meaning maybe not morbidly obese, however, not 100% healthful for my specific height and my specific frame. So by that, I just mean that my body was carrying around more fat than it technically needed or wanted. But need is really, in terms of health reasons, it didn't necessarily need to be carrying around those extra pounds of fat, right? So I'm trying to think. I stopped weighing myself for a while because I was depressed and I was overeating and I didn't want to see the number on the scale. But before my 9-day fast, I weighed myself a couple days before and I clocked in at 131 pounds. 131.6, something like that. Today, day 4 of raw veganism. It's about a week off of a 9-day fast prior to the 4 days of raw veganism. Today I clocked in at 122.6 pounds. That's a 9-pound loss. In what's been about 4 days plus a week, 2 weeks, between a week. Less than 3 weeks. 9 pounds in about a little more than 2 weeks. So, have I been motivated? Yes. I've been very motivated. Have I been dedicated? Yes. I've been dedicated. I've been driven. I have wanted this more than I've wanted a lot of things, right? To feel comfortable in my skin, to feel free in my own body, not feel trapped, not feel like I'm in a flesh prison that's like hard to move around and hard to maneuver and tired all the time and hungry all the time and it's really all there is to it. Yeah. I was ready. You have to be ready, I guess. But we all only really do things when we're ready, right? Because that's how life works. That's how experience works. So I had a lot of inspirations that inspired me to get to finally doing what I'm doing now, which is taking care of my body in the way that it's been wanting to be taken care of for a long time. I've known since I was 18 and I went vegan that I support and want to thoroughly live the vegan lifestyle. Not just with food, but clothing and makeup and products, skincare products, cosmetics, bathroom articles, all of that stuff. Lifestyle, the full lifestyle, is a lifestyle that I believe in and I feel in my heart. It's just who I am. And not living that way, I could feel it in my bones. I could feel it in my soul. My soul wasn't happy because I would tell myself that I didn't care, but in my heart cared. And so there were definitely conflicting things going on within me, within my soul, within my body, and within my mind, even if it was on a subconscious level. And that can cause a lot of stress. So I can gladly say that it's hard work what I'm doing right now. It's a big change, it's a big transition from going to being like a hardcore food addict and living a life of just sitting around and like binging and compulsively eating and just not caring. It's easy. It's the lazy way. It's the easy way out. But the thing is, it's not a way out at all. It's a way in. You're getting yourself into something. You're getting yourself into a body type that you're going to have to eventually get yourself out of if you want to be happy. And that's what I'm doing. So, it's all good. It's hard work, but it feels good. Yeah. So. The other thing too with fasting is can be really, really tough to go for like days at a time without any food intake. But the thing about spirituality is that if you connect to your soul, if you connect to your spirit, your divine energy, your divine nature, and you just connect to source, you just connect to love, it's not hard. It just happens. You feel that you know you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, and you just go. You go with the flow. You go with the flow of the love that you're receiving by connecting. And you send out, this is what I do. If I start to get cravings or I start to feel weak or tired or like I'm doing the wrong thing, I shut my eyes, I send a little prayer to Source. I say, hey, Source, please nourish me with love. Feed me with love when I need to be fed. Allow me to sleep when I need to sleep. And grant me energy when I need energy. And by doing that, by tapping into Source and connecting to Source, you are not only allowing Source love to flow through you and use you as a vehicle of love, but you are also pouring your love back into Source. So it's a two-way street. So you're feeding the world with your love, and love is feeding you. And in that way, you can get done everything that you want and need to get done, and healthfully survive a fast, no matter how long or how many days. Dry fast especially, right? Not consuming any liquids or water. Allow love to feed you. And just tap in. And that's your divine nature. That's who you are. So it's not hard. It's not hard. Love is the answer. Love is the only thing there is. Alright, you guys, peace and love. Have an amazing day. Have an amazing night. Wherever you are. I love you guys.